Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good myself. It was a hot day today. It was in the 90s. I've got my air conditioner on now. This past weekend, I went to my mom's again. She is getting ready to do a great big old garage sale. And we're just cleaning out her whole house and putting everything into a central location. She has a really weird house. My stepdad built this house, and half of it is a house, and half of it was supposed to be some kind of business in the front of it, which they never did a business with it. So they've got a whole big front room that's partitioned off from the whole house. Anyway, so we're going to do the garage sale there, and we've got all kinds of stuff in the middle of that room. Last weekend, I was supposed to go, and I didn't. My husband was a little bit sick and under the weather, and I didn't get to go. And I went this weekend, and I just helped her organize everything, put out tables. And my mother has 3 pressure cookers. Who has 3? The old-timey ones, with the little, I like that kind. I have that kind too. But she had 3 different sizes. She had a huge one, another size, and another size. I'm like, oh my gosh, how many pressure cookers does one person need? I mean, we were 5 children at one time, so I guess at least one big one, right? I don't even remember her really using it. So I think she used it after I was already gone. I left early. Anyway, she has all kinds of stuff. I mean, really cool things. She has all kinds of Pyrex dishes from the 1970s with the lids. It's white with brown. They're actually from England because she lived in Saudi Arabia with my stepfather. So they bought all this stuff, and it was from England. And so she's got all these really unique, great pieces. I mean, really nice. She should be able to get some money for them. I hope so. This lady, she buys way too much stuff. I packaged up her sheets for her, She had piles and piles of sheets, and she has a king-size bed. So I got all the sets together. She had about 25 sets of king sheets. That's just a king size. I'm like, oh my gosh, who has to? And she kept some of them, of course, for her bed. So she still has more, but the ones she was selling, 25 sets. That's not including extra sheets that didn't have a mate. I don't know what happened to them, but she had a whole bunch of sheets that didn't even have, a set to it, but at least 25 king size with pillowcases, and this lady, and she collected owls all her life long. She collected owls, and she had the home interior owls. Remember them? She has pictures and statues. I mean, she has canisters of owls. She has all kinds of owls. They should go really good too. And they're, like I said, they're from the 70s, maybe some from the 80s, a little bit, I think, but mostly probably through the 70s, early 80s, something like that. Anyway, so that's what I was doing over there. I spent the weekend with her, helping her get her garage sale. She still has a long ways to go. She has lots more stuff to put out. So I'll probably be going back. So I get back Sunday night. I got back like 10:30 at night. And Monday, I'm trying to work and do stuff. And she calls me and says, my stepfather, he has Alzheimer's, or at least we think he does. He left in the car. And he's not supposed to drive. He don't have a license. They took his license away a long time ago. And at least, I don't know, a year and a half ago or so, something like that, they took his car away. And he's never been happy with that. He's very upset about that. And he was gone. She said, and he took her ATM card also. And you guys, I have my doubts if this guy really has Alzheimer's. I think he's been misdiagnosed and has something else wrong with him. I don't have any experience with people with Alzheimer's, but let me tell you what he did. He got my mother's purse. He got her ATM card out. He got in the car and drove away. He locked the door before he left. He went to the bank and told them that he had forgotten his driver's license and he wanted to get $40 with his ATM, and they let him. I don't even know if he knows the PIN or anything, but he went to the bank and got it. He got $40 out. And he drove to Popeyes to go eat some chicken. And my sister found him actually she, I guess she came up on him while he was driving, and she observed him driving, and she said he did really well. He drove really good. He used his signals and all, and she said he drove fine. And she said he was very clear-minded. She, followed him to Popeyes and got out, and she told him, you're not supposed to be driving. And he said he's 83 years old. He told her, look, I'm 83 years old. I'm an old man. What are they going to do to me? They say, I have Alzheimer's. What are they going to do to me? They're not going to put me in jail. So I'll go. So he's like really thought things out. So I don't know if people with Alzheimer's, they really do that. And another thing that's weird is he used to wear hearing aids a few years ago. He had hearing aids and he doesn't wear them anymore and he doesn't need them and he hears just fine. And I'm telling you, the TV's not loud or anything. It's in a normal range and he hears just fine. Me and my mother will be talking. We'll be far away from him and he can hear every word we're saying. And it's so weird. And I know that he used to have a tumor. I guess he still does. Somewhere behind his ear, he had a tumor. So I'm just wondering if maybe that tumor hasn't put some kind of pressure. It's not in his brain. It's like behind his ear. So it's not really in his brain. But, I'm just wondering if maybe there's something else going on with him that he doesn't have Alzheimer's. I really want to see if you guys have any experience and if you can point me in the right direction. He has trouble walking. But he did have back surgery. He had back surgery, and I think he may have had two different surgeries for this disc. After the second surgery, he never could walk very well anymore. He doesn't have good balance, And after he got home from the hospital, he kind of just sat in one place, watched TV, and didn't move, And he just doesn't seem to be motivated to move. And my mother is on his ass constantly. I mean, it's just horrible. I don't even want to go into it, but it's very difficult. And that's why he ran away. That's why he got in the car and took off. He couldn't take it anymore. So, yeah. Anyway, he has times when he's so clear about his, what he's doing and everything. He has very good memory all the time. He always remembers things very, very well. But then he may say something like my mother being in the back room. He'll say she's upstairs and there's no upstairs. So it's like, and he says that all the time. He'll say your mama's upstairs when he means your mom's in the back room, Anyway, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of NPH. It's normal pressure hydrocephalus. My stepfather, like I said, he has trouble walking. He seems to have a little bit of dementia, maybe for 83-year-old, might not be that bad. And he can't control his bladder. He has problems with controlling his bladder. So if you read about that NPH, he seems to have symptoms of that. So I was just wondering if you guys ever had any, anybody has any experience with that or any experience with Alzheimer's, if y'all could message me or, just let me know what you think, okay? My mom thinks that he's had this condition for a while, Alzheimer's or whatever. He was diagnosed, I think, 3.5, 4 years ago, something like that. And he's, like I said, he's not really bad, but sometimes, I don't know, sometimes they're worse than others. I don't know. He does get confused a little bit, but it's not always like that. He's not always confused, but he has good memory, very good memory. When we're driving, he can tell you where to go and everything. Turn left. You need to go this way. He knows where he's going and everything. And obviously, he can still drive a car just fine, even though the doctor said he's not supposed to, but he can. That may have been taken away from him too early. I don't know. Anyways, it's a hard situation. Okay, sorry, you guys, to take up all the time talking about that, but I just want to get some input from y'all. There's going to be a lot of people out there that can help me, and you'll help others too by just putting a message and tell me, what y'all think. You probably had some experience with people with Alzheimer's. That's one of the biggest misdiagnosed thing that there is Alzheimer's. Did you know that? I told my mother I think he's misdiagnosed. Anyway, we'll see if she'll pursue it. I don't know. It's up to her. She has power of attorney for him. So that Don McGahn, man, he let us down, didn't he? Damn it. He didn't even show up. Can you imagine if you were subpoenaed to court and you didn't show up? You'd be in jail, right? We'd all be in jail. But I don't know, Trump and all his cohorts, they just thumb their nose at the law and nothing happens. Barr didn't come, testify anymore. Well, now McGahn, he hasn't come. Well, it's very frustrating. It really is. I want to do a reading and see if the Democrats will get justice and finally bring Trump to heel. So I'm going to look at the cards here and let's see what they say. I've got them all dealt and ready to go because I talk too much. I have to deal before I start talking or I take up all y'all's time. Okay, here's the flavor of the reading. It's the Empress. So this is a good beginning. The future is secure. This is the nurturing mother, and she's watching over us as we heal. Okay, that's good. We're going to need healing from this experience of having Trump as a president. We all need healing, right? Okay, here's the first card. This is the World card. This is the beginning of the end. The Democrats are going to be able to complete what they've started. Okay, that's what this means. So they will be able to complete it. They will have some success, and this isn't completely the end. They still have a lot of loose ends to tie up. But man, this has been a painful process to watch and play out. But we are at the end, you guys. We really are at the end. And I don't know if this is just the end because, he only has, another year and a half in office? Thank God. So even if they don't get him out, it's almost over. No matter what, it's almost over. But I think they're going to have some success. Okay. Now crossing over the situation is this card, the Five of Swords. We know what this is. Lots of conflict, arguing back and forth. The Democrats really have to be careful. They still have a battle ahead, and winning can be very costly. Okay. So we know if they make the wrong move or something and piss everybody off, I don't know. Not us Democrats, but other people that are voting, if they do make a wrong step and they know it, Pelosi's smart and she knows it. So she's being really, really careful. It could be very costly, to the Democrats if they make a wrong step. And, so I think that's why we're seeing this process really, really slow. And it's painful. Like I said, it's really painful. Okay, overlooking this situation is the Emperor in reverse. So this is the Democrats. They're standing up against the abuse of power. That's what this means, okay? So they are standing up for the abuse of power, and we know Donald Trump is abusing his power. And they are standing up against it, okay? And then under the situation here, the foundation, this is the King of Swords. My dogs are acting crazy. And it is in reverse too. I have a lot of reversed cards here, which I straightened my deck out before I shuffled. And I don't know how all these cards turned up reverse. It's really weird. But this is, usually if this was upright, it is clarity, discipline, truth, sound judgment. Okay, so it's reverse. So reverse all that. So I think this is a delay in impeaching Donald Trump. They keep putting it off and putting it off. I think this is that judgment, they're just very slow at coming to this judgment. And I think it's making them look weak, like there's no impeachable offense, and I don't think it's not good. They're not looking good with not making a good decision. You know what I mean? It doesn't make them look very good. So that's what this means. Okay, so in the past position, we have another reversed card. This is Six of Cups in reverse. This is the nostalgia card. The decisions that the Democrats are making are rooted in the past. Okay, so what they're doing is before they make a step forward, they're looking behind them. They keep looking behind them. That's why they're proceeding so carefully. I mean, like Nancy Pelosi, she's been there forever. You know, she's an older lady, and she is making sure what step that she takes forward won't, you know, she's looking behind her to make sure that it's not going to mess her up. So she's being really, really, really careful. That's all this means. They're proceeding really slowly, but, you know, like they can look back and see Watergate and say, that's what they're doing. They're comparing this to Watergate. They keep looking back, looking back. So they're carefully, carefully stepping forward as they look backwards. So that makes it so slow. Okay, so here's the future card. Look at, well, at least it's upright, but I don't know. This one, I could have liked it reversed a little bit better. This is the Five of Cups. So there is some disappointment here, but not all is lost, okay? I think we're going to win some and we're going to lose some. That's what this means, because you see half the cups are knocked over, half of them are standing up still. So, you know, we're going to be crying about what we'd lost. That's for sure. We're not going to be happy about it. But, you know, this may be something like, because I heard that Mueller's testimony may be in a closed door session. So we may get him to testify, but we're not going to be able to hear it, you know? So we still get what we want, but not the way we want it. So there's a little bit of disappointment here, okay? But don't worry, I think he still will testify. We might not be able to hear it ourselves, but we can trust the House, right? We elected them to do the right thing. So we can trust them and they'll do the right thing and they can hear him. They can be our eyes and ears. Okay. So we'll trust them. Even though it grieves us not to be able to enjoy listening to his testimony, we all wanted it so badly, right? We all wanted to enjoy that. Okay. This is the state of mind of the House Democrats. This is a Seven of Pentacles reversed again. This is just them working so hard. They've worked so hard to try to gather, you know, information. They're trying to get testimony. They're waiting for Mueller for all of these, for a couple of years, 2 years, and no one is cooperating. Nobody. I mean, they just run smack into a wall. Everything they do, they run straight into a wall. So they're so frustrated. They really are. You think you're frustrated? Imagine if you were one of these Democrats that are in the House. Imagine how they feel. I mean, they must really, really be frustrated. And they are. They really are. Okay. The next card is the Chariot, and it's also reversed. So they are super, super frustrated and angry. That's what this means. And they're just feeling powerless. They're just feeling powerless. They're like, okay, well, now what do we do? You know, they need to take charge of this situation. They need to start the impeachment hearings, in my opinion. That's what they need to do. That'll give them more power. When they do that, that'll give them more power. They'll have some different kind of powers that they don't have right now if they start the impeachment, and it'll go faster. So I hope they do that. I don't know if they will, but I wish they would. This is the hopes and fears of the Democrats, also reversed. Nine of Pentacles reversed. So their confidence has been shaken for sure. They're worried and they're really having doubts about the outcome of all this. They're nervous, but they can still be successful. They're just going to have to really work super hard. They really are, but they can do it. It just means that there's more to overcome. Okay. All right. So the outcome card is the Five of Wands. Sorry, Five of Wands. So there's going to be a battle on the outcome. So there's going to be a battle. No one's cooperating. No one is in control. There's lots of fighting, lots of arguing going on, and this is the outcome. So I don't know the outcome when Trump leaves. I think this is going to have a lot of, there's going to be a lot of fighting. We're going to see a big battle. We're going to see people acting stupid. Basically, I think we're going to see a lot of people acting dumb and doing things they shouldn't do. Okay, I'm going to just take one more card, a clarifier on that, because I don't like the ending. So I want to clarify it a little bit better. I don't like just to leave it in a fight, that it's just going to be a fight and that's it. I don't like that. So let's take one clarifier. Okay. So Six of Swords. So I think I'm asking, will the Democrats, be able to bring justice to the White House? And yes, Trump will leave eventually. This is him leaving with his wife and son. We may have to wait for him to be voted out of office by all us Democrats. We're going to vote him out for sure. But God help us. God help us if we have to endure him to the bitter, bitter end. I think we've all learned a lesson here. I think everybody has, Democrats and Republicans. Never, ever, ever let someone like Donald Trump run for the presidency again, ever. They ought to have a little decorum test that they have to take before they can run for presidency. I think they really should. They have to make a few new rules. So, okay, guys, that's my reading. I think it's, frustrating. This reading is as frustrating as we are. This was really a frustrating reading. It really was. And I get a lot of stuff like that. I get frustrated readings like that. I know y'all don't want me to read like this, but I'm getting a lot of frustration like that. So, but it's just reflecting the energy that's there. I'm just reading the energy that's there. It's already there. All the frustration, the aggravation's there. But things are going to get better. They are getting better. Just like the world, when you get the world card, this is completion and a new beginning starting. So soon we're going to have a new president and a new beginning. So don't worry, you guys. Everything is going to be okay, no matter what. It will be okay. Everything is going to be fine. So don't worry. Trump will be leaving, and we'll just pick up the pieces after he's gone, and everything's going to be okay. All right? So don't worry. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to me. This was a long video. Sorry, I just went on and on and on. I look forward to hearing all your messages and all your suggestions and what you think. Maybe you could, tell me what you think about my stepfather having Alzheimer's. I don't think he has it. I think it's something else. Y'all tell me what you think, okay? Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Maybe I just don't want him to have it. It's such a burden on my mom. But anyway, okay, guys, thank you so much for listening to me. Love you guys. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. If you like my videos, hit the like, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to be notified for the next one. If you would like a reading with me, look down below. That's my email address, trudyleetarot@hotmail.com. Just look me up and we'll get together and do a reading, okay? Love you guys. Bye for now.